Welcome to the AL.com film room. I'm Matt Scalici here with Cole Cubelic. We're going to be previewing the Auburn-Kentucky game. Kentucky, probably a team that not the average SEC fan keeps up with a whole lot. I mean, it's
Why not?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a good question, Cole. So
they're second place in the East right now.
That's true. This Kentucky team, though, has gotten up to this point in the season and gotten to where they are. What makes them different than maybe some previous years' Kentucky teams that we've seen?
I think they're an athletic football team, and Mark Stoops has really focused in on being more explosive. They have a whole sports science department inside their football offices, and they pride themselves on recovery and finding out when their guys can maximize their abilities as far as workouts, as far as going to class, as far as practice. So they're trying to be a more explosive football team. Patrick Towles is a young man at quarterback that can make every throw. I said at SEC Media Days, I believe he was the best returning quarterback in the SEC. Now, he has a new offensive coordinator, Shannon Dawson, that was at West Virginia. So the system didn't change too much with Neil Brown going to Troy, but this is a kid that has huge stature in the pocket. He keeps his eyes downfield and can make every throw on the field.
Well, let's take a look at Towles and maybe some other parts of this Kentucky offense and see what makes them so explosive. Cole, one thing you really like a lot about this Kentucky team, looking at them on film, is the left side of that offensive line. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, the left side of the offensive line, Jordan Swindle's at left tackle. He's a pro prospect, probably a day 2, day 3 selection, second, third round guy. But he was absent in the Eastern Kentucky game the last time Kentucky took the field. His backup goes out, right tackle has to go to left tackle, second team right tackle comes in who had been injured. It was a mess against Eastern Kentucky. So offensive line play will be critical for Kentucky. If they're close to full strength, I think it's a big advantage because Auburn's proven that they can't really disrupt without Carl Lawson in, and you can't rely on Montravius Adams to do it by himself. And we'll see here, just sort of that diamond at a pistol formation, two big bodies in the backfield to give you some extra blockers. This is a true freshman, C.J. Conrad at tight end. He's had a nice season, and you'll see when Shannon Dawson gives you this look, they're dedicating to running the football. A couple nice blocks on the left side here, and this is JoJo Kemp. Boom Williams returns at running back this week. He's the team's leading rusher. Get him to the second level, stay on a defender. He's able to turn that into a big play. As we take a look at the second angle, watch center John Toth just working the double team and continue to ride this D lineman up to the second level. That allows the guard to scoop out to the linebacker and just turns into a big play. Zone play, 2 extra bigs, pick up blocks, and JoJo Kemp, you get him to the second level, he can make a play. So this Auburn defense will have their hands full with the Kentucky run game if the offensive line is close to full strength.
Cole, you talked about Patrick Towles. He's a guy that hasn't gotten a ton of discussion nationally, but he's doing some really nice things so far this year.
Matt, he has great presence in the pocket, always keeps his eyes downfield. Pressure doesn't really affect him too much, but one reason that is, you get a formation like this, pistol formation, make it into a diamond or pyramid formation, whichever one you want to call it, 2 bonus bigs in the backfield, they're going to help with protection. So normally you'll get a 2-man route scheme somehow, some way out of this. Should not be able to consistently have success throwing the football. You should be able to win the numbers game on the back end here and find a way to get pressure when you're committing this many guys to the box. But one thing Kentucky does well is out of these run formations, they'll go play action and allow Patrick Towles to throw. Watch the poise in the pocket, not even really a play action here, just across from the back to show it. And he has the time in the pocket to stay and deliver the slant to Jeff Badette at wide receiver. The reason this is dangerous, one, you have receivers for Kentucky that can get separation. They're extremely athletic, they're fast, explosive, like we talked about a little bit earlier. So if you can provide Patrick Towles with 2, 3 extra bodies in the backfield to give him that protection in time, he's going to eat you up.
Cole, one thing we've talked about several times on Film Room this season is your feelings about Auburn and their play calling and perhaps the predictability of that play calling at times this season, especially when it comes to the personnel groupings they put out on the field.
Well, one thing that's critical, Matt, is winning first down. When you're an offense that's not having a lot of success, you want to win first down. And what defenses have been doing that we've pointed out in the past is they're playing high percentage defense based on what they feel they're going to get out of the first look. So there's no secondary or tertiary options that Auburn's really able to hit people with. One of those things we talked about too was personnel groupings, sort of jamming everybody up close to the football. Now you see something here a little bit different from the Auburn offense. What do you know? Wide receivers spread across the field. So you're going to drag defenders outside of the tackle box. You're going to have to get respect there. You're going to have to get respect there. And then, of course, the two deep safeties are staying back to help in different areas. Now, a little bit of a different wrinkle here. First down, oftentimes we think that's a run down. One thing I have said, and I believe Auburn can do to be successful, is sort of run the football through the air. As the defense approaches, you'll see the pressure come from the outside. San Jose State committing to the edge to take away some of those zone read options, take away some things that Auburn's been successful with in the past, and immediately what you have is a one-on-one here, and these two are responsible for getting out to make the play on Rock Thomas, and now a one-on-one here as well. It's a good situation to be in from a numbers perspective. Now you see a couple offensive linemen come out on screens. They don't even need big blocks at this point in time. Just be big, be beefy, get in the way, force defenders to run around you and redirect, and Rock Thomas can make a play. You see linemen out front, Sean Coleman's out front, Kozan as well, and it's off to the races. So it goes to show you what I believe the value in spreading a defense out is. I mean, after all, this is a spread offense. Why Gus Malzahn and company feel the need to continue to have bonus bigs lined up and try and run the football behind those guys, to me, is mind-boggling. Matt, one thing we focused on with this Auburn offense, options. You need options. You cannot be one-dimensional, not just in the sense of run, pass, or running the football, throwing the football. You need balance as far as keeping the defense at bay and making them respect multiple dimensions of your offense. We took a look at the last formation. This formation, once again, lined up some receivers at least to the outside and sort of pull some defenders out a little bit. Now, it's not as spread as I'd like to see it, but at least you're forcing guys to respect the slot receiver. And if this outside defender, who oftentimes we've seen this season, will let his defensive end crash, and he will replace coming to the line of scrimmage to either take quarterback on zone read or to take run if it bounces outside, committing that extra defender into the tackle box. So if you're going to do that, how do you counter that? Here on 1st and 10, normal run down maybe, run the football through the air, take advantage of a defense being overly aggressive. You cannot continue to allow a defense to walk defenders up to the line of scrimmage and apply pressure, leaving this much cushion between who's going to have to cover your guys in the slot. Easy one-on-one here. A quick turn and throw for Sean White. The pressure's coming. He knows he has to get rid of it quick. And it's a run-pass option you'll see from the offensive line. We'll go back quickly, and this has been a hot-button topic in college football this season. Watch the offensive line. They're just going to block zone to the left. Now, the way this works is the offensive line doesn't know that there's even a pass option on this play. So they're coming up and they're running 28, which will be outside zone to the right. Quarterback calls 28. Now, whatever the signal is between the slot receiver and Sean White, he'll come up and he'll pat the helmet or he'll tap the waist, or it could just be something visually that they know when this defender walks up, I'm going to turn and throw it to you because we know we can get easy yards. That's what happens. Offensive line blocks run, quick turn and throw, ball's behind the line of scrimmage, so it wouldn't matter anyway. And you see this turns into a 4 or 5 yard gain. Not a big chunk of yards, but something that you have to do in this offense that doesn't have a dominant player and a dominant being. You must force defenses to respect every aspect of the 11 you have on the field.
And it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't look like a huge explosive passing play, but it's a win on 1st down if you can get that much yardage out of it.
Put yourself in a 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5. You're making the defense run. Those D linemen have to track out to the line, out to the hash and out to the numbers, so you're wearing a defense down as well. Not north and south, but east and west. And in the 4th quarter, that's a win.